Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's Hot. Let's get started. It's time for hot news. Joining me today is Caleb Dillon, a criminal justice student here at Fayetteville State, and Demiya Garrison, student leader here at Fayetteville State University, and the vice president of McLeod Hall. Hello, Madam VP. How you doing?
I'm good.
Hello, Caleb. Welcome back to the show. Well, let's get started. Some big news happening over this past week. Donald Trump addressed the nation following a deadly plane helicopter crash in D.C. During his speech, Trump discussed a hiring initiative in diversity and inclusion, equity and inclusion, referring to the Biden and Obama administration that it was the reason why this crash happened. Take a listen.
Because they put a big push to put diversity into the FAA's program. Then another article, the Federal Aviation Administration, this was before I got to office, recently, second term. The FAA is actively recruiting workers who suffer severe intellectual disabilities, psychiatric problems, and other mental and physical conditions under a diversity and inclusion hiring initiative spelled out on the agency's website. Can you imagine? These are people that are, actually their lives are shortened because of the stress that they have. Brilliant people have to be in those positions, and their lives are actually shortened, very substantially shortened because of the stress, where you have many, many planes coming into one target.
Do you agree with Trump's comments, Caleb?
I do.
Why?
Because you gotta have the right people in the right positions, and stuff like this don't happen. If you got the right people in the right positions, this don't happen. So if you feel like you have to hire this person, you have to hire this person based on the law, then things like this might happen.
So you think it's because of someone's race and because someone's gender, it has to do with if they're not qualified? Because they're not just going to hire anybody to do anything. They're hiring to bring more diversity into the workplace. Doesn't mean that you're not going to hire someone who just is black, but they're black but happen to be qualified as well. That's what the initiatives are.
In the workplace, you should be able to hire whoever you want to hire, period. Black, white, it does not matter. If you want to hire this person, you choose how you build your team. It shouldn't be rules and regulations to how you choose your team. You pick the people that you want, the people that you feel will work best together. If they're all white, so be it. If they're all black, so be it. If they're all blue or yellow, so be it.
Demiya.
I do agree with him. I believe at the end of the day, someone should be able to hire who they are, whoever they want to, regardless of their qualifications. Well, qualified, obviously, skilled, obviously, in their workplace. But at the end of the day, it really shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's get into other news. Well, the White House previously announced its plans to pause federal grants and loans. However, a federal judge has now blocked the action. According to the Associated Press, a U.S. district judge blocked the Trump administration's attempted action just minutes before it was scheduled to take effect. This will block the freeze until today, February 3rd. The Trump administration announced the freeze as they were set to begin a cross-the-board ideological review to make sure the federal spending aligned with Trump's recent executive orders. The White House later clarified that Social Security, Medicare, food stamps, student loans, and scholarships were not going to be affected by the freeze. Demiya, do you agree with the White House and Trump's decision to freeze these federal loans and grants?
Well, I will say this. It's a freeze.
Yeah.
It's a freeze, so I guess
just
it's temporary.
yeah.
It's temporary. So everything happens for a reason. Everything's put in policy for a reason. If he feels that it was a good decision to do, then that's on him. But I feel like, yes, it's panic. It should be panic behind it. It should be panic. I live off of this and this Medicaid.
Income,
yes. Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to be able to live You know, like, am I going to be able to live next day? But it's not, I feel like it's not worth as much panic because it's a freeze. You don't know what he's going to do next.
Yeah.
And it doesn't affect a lot. It doesn't affect federal loans and grants. So for the students who
College
are worrying,
students,
the college students who are worrying, it doesn't affect them. So they have nothing to worry about.
Caleb.
First things first, we must read.
Yeah, reading is fundamental.
When policies and rules come out, you got to read them in its entirety.
Yeah.
You can't just read what you want to read. You can't just take a snippet off the shade room and run with it and repost it. So, like Demiya said, it was a freeze. It's temporary.
Yeah, temporary, yeah.
And he's not the first president in history to do it. Newsflash.
Yeah. Obama did this.
Several presidents did this.
Yeah. You got a fair point.
So, we got to understand what it is. Whenever you come out with executive orders, this many executive orders, typically there's a freeze coming behind it to make sure that the executive orders are being followed. And
I think it's the thing with misinformation as well in regards to just because it's an executive order doesn't mean it's going to get passed. It has to go through the D.C. Court of Appeals. Then it has to go to the Congress and all that stuff. So, and if like I said, the federal judge denied the bill or paused the bill until today. So we'll see what happens going forward. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's get into some other hot news. Last week, Target announced it's shutting down its major DEI programs and initiatives, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, a lot of customers have announced that they are going to boycott Target and actress Tabitha Brown and other Black-owned brands who had products with Target, Amazon, and Walmart. And other major retailers are warning about how these boycotts can make major consequences. Take a listen to Tabitha's soliloquy. Take a look.
If we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, I can't buy nothing from there, even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, oh, your products are not performing. And they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are?
Demiya, will you be still shopping at Target even though they're getting rid of these DEI initiatives?
I will.
Okay.
And I don't want to. Whoa.
Whoa.
Hold on. Don't get me. Hold on. Let me explain.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Literally. Wait.
Hold on. Wait.
At the end of the day, hold on. Target is still it's a store. It's a store. Now, I can't go by the aisle. I see my girl Tabitha Brown's products. I'm going to,
get it.
support because I feel bad. You know, this shouldn't happen. But at the end of the day, Target's a store. If I need something, I'm just going to grab it. I'm not going to. Well, I can't.
Yeah. Caleb.
I agree with that. This law is outdated.
Okay.
Like, you should be able to once again hire whoever you want to hire. Don't get me wrong, Tabitha. People still gonna grab her stuff. The same people that was grabbing her stuff is still gonna be grabbing her stuff. But I'm not grabbing Tabitha's stuff here, and then I need something that Target has. Mm-hmm. But since they made this rule, I got to go to Walmart now. Or whoever didn't, I'm not doing that.
And I think that I agree with what Tabitha said. Just because they're getting rid of these products doesn't mean that you should stop buying, as you were alluding to. You should show that, you need these products. Target needs to have these products because if people boycott Target and all these other retail stores, these black businesses and owners are going to fail. They're going to say, oh, well, your product didn't sell, and that's why. But no, I think Tabitha Brown, like she said, she still has a year left on her contract with Target, and she has other stuff with Walmart and Amazon and all that stuff. So she'll be fine. I think it's all in favor where, just get the product that you need. But when I go to Target now, I'm only going to buy black stuff, unless it's like groceries. But when it comes to clothes and stuff, I'm only going to support the black stuff. Because there's a guy, Houston White, black owner. He has I wore a few suits that he has from there on the show here and other products that they have. But I agree with Tabitha when it comes to we got to support our own people. What are you going to say?
I would say this. Also, do your research on what Target you go to. Because
that is true, yeah.
You might, surprisingly, some of these stores that got rid of
DEI.
DEI, they may be owned by a black person.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
some of these stores are
franchise.
and
Yeah.
not corporate.
Yep.
So you might be protesting from your own brother. Or
Yep.
sister.
That is a fair point. That's a great point. That's a great point. All right, let's get into the hot question of the day. The Super Bowl 59 is set in stone, and the Kansas City Chiefs will take on the Philadelphia Eagles in New Orleans. Who you got winning, Caleb? This is an obvious question, but go ahead.
The
Who?
Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. Let me tell you why. It is statistically proven. I'm going to say it one more time. It is statistically proven that birds flying is like humans running. Where am I going with this? Humans can only run for a certain amount of time. Birds can only fly for a certain amount of time. That bird ain't flying no more. The bird has landed.
Bro.
The bird has landed. And I'll never bet
gosh.
against Andy and Patrick Mahomes and Travis.
Okay. Well, Demiya,
Yeah.
I know you're not really into the sports thing, but Super Bowl is a big deal. Are you excited for Kendrick Lamar and SZA? How about that?
Yes,
That's
I am
gonna be a good
excited.
one.
I am excited
Yes.
for that.
That.
Yeah,
But,
they're good ratings. They're gonna be good ratings. Not
Right.
too much on Kendrick and
Lots
Better than
SZA.
Beyonce?
No, or Usher. But they're gonna because Usher's number
Right,
one
right,
rating Super Bowl halftime
Right.
show last
About to
year.
say, exactly.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be good. Now we'll see the choreography and all that stuff. Just hope SZA don't use auto tune. But I think the Eagles are gonna win because they're lacking. They were lacking the last time they played each other in the Super Bowl was 2 years ago, and they lost by I think like 3 points because they didn't have a good running back. They got Saquon. I think that's what I think. They do got Saquon was running like no tomorrow
He did.
versus
He was
the
running.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey.
Horse that run fast can't run long.
You know what?
Okay.
When you got an offensive line like that, I think they have a better offensive line than Kansas City.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, that's okay.
All
Can
right.
Jalen Hurts outperform Patrick Mahomes?
I think it all goes down to the defense. That's what I believe. It all goes down to how good the defense will be on the Eagles. That's all. I think the Eagles have a better defense.
The Kansas City has a better team, better coach, better quarterback,
Better,
and better tight end. I'm taking Kansas.
Okay. Well,
better chance.
Better chance. Better chance.
and it's my birthday. Well, now I'm 21. Today's my birthday. Today's my birthday. But yeah, I think that I might bet for the first time on the Super
got
Bowl.
to.
Yeah, but I'm gonna bet on.
Just put 100.
I'm gonna not on who's gonna win. I'm gonna put how much I'm think Saquon's gonna have over 100 yards rushing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna.
Well, I doubt
150.
it.
Huh?
75.
75.
75. I'm gonna put 100 yards rushing. Absolutely.
120.
You know, you
That
killing
might be
that.
pushing it.
No,
You're killing that with a sledgehammer.
I'm not betting like over $100. Probably gonna put $50 on it. It's my first bet. I'm
Go
not
big or
gonna
go
lie.
home.
That's your
parlay?
problem. All right, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Thanks so much to Demiya and Caleb. You can see much more about them on my Instagram, Shimei Cook TV. Coming up, Coach China Hunt, the volleyball coach here at Fayetteville State, joins us here on What's Up. Stick around. It's What's Up with Shimei Cook. We'll be right back.